Put a finger in her ass on the way. No, I'm just kidding.
No, not even that. But like we've been chatting, and then day number two is just like I see us going out, and it consisted a little bit more of just walking around Mississippi. We did get dinner, and over the course of dinner, because at that point we already been chatting like for like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
Okay,
So
that's a while.
time is getting invested here, I guess.
Yeah, that's a while. That's a while.
Yeah, and had one date, went pretty well, I guess, and then second date, I'm like, all right, I gotta pop this question of like, like what are we doing, like type of question.
Yep.
And she had a very interesting response and like went on a tangent, like literally like a 20-minute tangent about how I'm into cars. That's one of my big things, and how she like doesn't like car people because her ex was like a car person.
It's amazing. Wait, okay, so you asked, what was the question that you asked?
I forget exactly what it said verbatim, but it said something along the lines of, and of course, we make it very movie-esque because she's like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, and I'm like, Aaron, when she fucking comes back to the bathroom, you can be up front and like say like, hey, what are we doing? Or like, where do you see this going? I think that was probably how I said, like, where do you see this going, or
Okay, cool.
or what's going on here?
Okay.
And then she went on a tangent. I said something like about cars once, and then she just went on a tangent about how she hates car culture and like car people, and like nonstop. She just kept blabbering out, like she couldn't stop about, and it was amazing. I was like baffled, and I was like, whoa.
And so you asked a pretty simple question about where you and her were gonna go, and she went on a 20-minute tirade about how she hates fucking car people. And if you drive a car, if you open car doors, even if you even touch the handle, you're dead to me. You're dead to me, and me and my family will never speak to you again. Stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I understand her strife, that's for sure, because her primary concern was that her last boyfriend was a car person, and it was in Hawaii. Yeah, it was in Hawaii, and she understood the culture because she's like, I hated that he was like a lazy bum, and I hated that he's like everything like will go to the car and spend all the attention on the car, and like he would just want to get high and like just work on the car and like not do anything else in life, better themselves. And unfortunately, I'd say I know a lot of people in the car community who like that. And it's not exclusive to car community people. Many people are like that. It's just people.
It's just people.
But again, she went on a 20-minute tangent about that, and it was funny because generally before that tangent, she was pretty docile that evening. She's kind of like, yeah, thanks, let's go explore here, whatever. But then, boom, word vomit about like this car thing, and how like she was like, I deserve so much better, and I'm bringing a lot to the table. And in my head, I'm like, okay, you're kind of unemployed right now, and you're kind of like don't have a car right now. And I'm like, yes, I think you're attractive, but there's so much more to a person than just what you look like.
Yeah. How old was she?
She was, she was 29, I think, 29.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was recently laid off from her job because of COVID, so she was unemployed. But she did, in the midst of our dating, talking, she actually picked up a new job. So she was starting a new career, so that was good for her. So she was like making something of herself. She did go to school.
She started in OnlyFans?
Started what?
In OnlyFans?
No.
This is your job? She got hired at OnlyFans?
Not yet. But she was trying to get out of it, like everyone goes through these little slumps sometimes, and she was on her way out for sure.
Cool.
But so that was date number 2.
That was date number 2. Pretty revealing, though.